In today's hotels, AI is pretty much everywhere. It's designed to make every guest stay completely seamless. But what happens when that technology glitches? When it breaks? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. The absolutely essential skills of troubleshooting and escalating AI issues in a real hotel.
Hello and welcome. It's fantastic to have you all here. As someone who's spent years in the trenches, actually implementing and managing these exact systems in hotels, I'm really excited to guide you, the students of Europe Hotel School, on this part of your journey. Let's get you ready to lead in this incredibly dynamic industry.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through 5 critical areas. First, we'll talk about what happens when technology falters. Then, we'll cover your immediate first response. After that, we'll get into that crucial judgment call, knowing when to escalate. And, of course, how to protect the guest experience through it all. And finally, how we can turn these incidents into real opportunities to learn and get better.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, when technology falters. The first thing we all just have to accept is that even the most advanced, most expensive AI is going to have glitches. It's just inevitable. So it's not about preventing every single problem, it's about how we prepare for them. That's what really makes the difference.
So what kind of issues are we talking about? Well, you'll see a few common ones pop up again and again. Maybe the AI concierge gives a guest the wrong directions to a restaurant, or the self-check-in system just goes completely dark. A big one is integration failures. When the reservation system suddenly stops talking to the housekeeping app. Or maybe the in-room voice assistant just totally misunderstands a simple request. Your first job is just learning to spot these moments.
And this is where you are so vital. As a front office professional, you're not just staff, you are the human face of all our technology. You're the one a frustrated guest is going to walk up to. You're the one who will see that little red alert flash on a dashboard. Your eyes, your ears, and your immediate action, they mean everything.
So, that brings us to Section 2, your first response. What you do in those first few seconds, those first few minutes, can literally change the entire outcome. Having a clear protocol, a plan of action, isn't just helpful, it's absolutely essential.
Your initial response really boils down to 3 key steps. First, identify the pattern. Is this a one-off weird thing affecting a single guest, or is something bigger going on? Second, document everything. Everything. Get the details down, what happened, when it happened, who it affected. And only then, once you've done that, do you move on to step 3, some basic troubleshooting.
So what do I mean by basic troubleshooting? Don't worry, you don't need to be an IT wizard. We're talking about the simple stuff. Things like glancing at the system dashboard to see if there are any known outages, double-checking that a reservation number was typed in correctly, or, the classic, just restarting the program on the screen. These simple actions can solve a surprising number of minor issues and fast. Now for Section 3, and this one is a big one, knowing when to escalate. This is all about making a smart judgment call. It's about recognizing the limits of what you can fix yourself and knowing exactly when it's time to call in the specialists.
The most important question you need to ask yourself is this: does this problem go beyond my authority or my technical skills? Being really honest with yourself right here is key. It makes sure that the problem gets to the right people, whether that's your manager, the in-house IT team, or the software vendor, as fast as humanly possible.
This table here really lays out the difference pretty clearly. On one side, you've got front office actions, things like checking data entry or restarting a screen. The goal here is a quick, simple fix. But on the other side, that's when escalation is required. We're talking about the big stuff. The entire system goes down or a critical integration fails. That's when you need a specialist to step in, period.
This brings us to the real heart of the matter in Section 4, protecting the guest experience. Because let's be honest, in the middle of any technical meltdown, our number one priority hasn't changed. It is always the guest, and this is where that human touch becomes completely irreplaceable.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Just imagine a self-service check-in kiosk fails for one of our VIP guests. The technology has just hit a wall, but our standards for service? They can't. That is the moment for immediate human assistance. That's when you step in, you take over, and you show that guest that they are the priority, not the machine.
And to deliver that kind of service, you have to be empowered to override the automated systems. This is so important. Management has to trust your professional judgment. You need to have the authority and the confidence to solve a guest problem right there on the spot,
even if it means stepping outside of the standard tech workflow. How you communicate in that moment is critical. First thing you do, reassure the guest. A simple, "Don't worry, I'm here to help you," works wonders. Then, be honest, but keep it simple. "It looks like we're having a small system issue, but I'm taking care of it." Immediately offer them another way to get what they need. And through that whole interaction, it's your professionalism and genuine care that they're going to remember long after the glitch is forgotten.
And that leads us perfectly into our final section, learning from incidents. See, the goal isn't just to survive a problem when it happens. The real goal is to use it to drive progress and make our entire operation better for the future.
Think of every single incident having a life cycle. It starts when the problem happens, and then you have the immediate fix for the guest. And this is the important part, it cannot end there. The absolutely crucial next step is a post-incident review to really understand why it happened. And that review leads directly to process improvements that help make sure it never happens again.
And this is the critical difference, right? A quick fix solves a symptom for one guest one time, but a proper post-incident review that finds and addresses the root cause, that prevents the same problem from ever affecting hundreds, maybe thousands of future guests. That's how we build stronger, more reliable systems. So, I'll leave you with this one question to really take with you. Every system failure is a challenge for sure, but it's also a golden opportunity. The question is, how will you, as a future hospitality leader, turn a moment of technical frustration into a moment of truly exceptional, human-to-human service? Answering that is what will define your career. Thank you.